It's you, bro. Oh, the phone is back. It's you.
Almost felt unrealistic, like it wasn't even possible. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you started late, you know, you're in college. I've literally like sacrificed like every bit of time I've had to get like as good as I can at jiu-jitsu. Like I won't skip training. I think it takes a lot of effort, but I'm also just lucky. Like I have a very supportive family, amazing friends. Also, I'm just very blessed and fortunate with overall circumstances to train and do what I do.
You're also currently the #1 blue belt adult lightweight.
Yes. I'm just competing against myself. That's what I think before tournaments. I'm basically just trying to beat myself. Can I put the max effort I have to fight to the very end?
This is the story of my friend Jared Wade, who at the time of filming this was IBJJF's #1 adult lightweight blue belt, and he's since been promoted to purple belt. We came up together competing in the same division, and it's been very inspiring seeing his insane progression in one of the largest divisions in IBJJF. I'm talking like 80 to 100 people in his bracket at majors. And it's especially inspiring to me because he didn't start out particularly talented compared to other people. In fact, he started kind of late. Most of this video you're watching is actually based on an interview that I did with Jared where we talk about things like his mindset, his training, and his whole competition journey. And you can find all that on our podcast channel, Thanks for the Roll. And then after that interview, the stars aligned perfectly where I had the opportunity to film his entire run at Worlds with my iPhone camera at the famous Pyramid in Long Beach, California. I sincerely hope that Jared's story inspires you as much as it did me, and that you find some value in the insights he shares about his mindset for competition. And before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.
I'm not like super athletic, but I did sports growing up. I feel like surrounding yourself with a lot of people that believe in you so strongly, it changes how you feel about yourself. It's just constant positive energy. It's not like an individual sport. You almost feel like you're a part of something together.
Are you religious?
I'm not, but I believe in something bigger. I started jiu-jitsu at 21. My goal was from the beginning to become the best athlete I could possibly be. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you started late. First, I was like, just try to learn as much as possible. I was like a fish, bro. I was flopping around. It looks horrible. I can't even watch it. I remember I never could podium at a tournament, really. And then I went to Dallas, and I ended up winning and being some pretty good people. I had my collar sleeve position, and I got there, and I got the submission. I think that tournament kind of opened my eyes to realize maybe I have more potential than I realize right now. I think I got really deliberate with how I trained. So I think my rate of improvement really quickly just rose like through the roof. Now it's like, how would I do at majors? Because I got to the quarterfinals so many times.
At this point, Jared had developed his A game, which involved a lot of attacks from this collar sleeve guard. And he'd already hit the podium at 19 IBJJF competitions over the 2022 to 2023 competition years. And this isn't even counting all the competitions where he didn't podium, IBJJF or otherwise. And he got about 57% first place wins, which shot him up to #1 in the IBJJF rankings. Although we'll see later in the video why the current rankings show him as #2. At this point, it was now early 2024, and it was time for the second largest competition of the season.
Now, Pan's 6 weeks, I didn't know jiu-jitsu. I had like a very, very serious neck injury from like a choke. I couldn't get out of bed. I was talking to doctors. It's so bad that you'll probably never compete serious again. But then I was like, maybe I'll get another doctor's opinion. I have like degenerated disc. We have to do a lot of rehab, and I'm like, I'll take the risk. I'm not missing this tournament, which is probably pretty stupid.
Turns out maybe it wasn't that stupid.
then I ended up having 6 fights and taking second. It's the most like adversity and worst training camp I've ever had.
So you win the first match, your neck is still killing you.
Yeah, second one I won, so that was good. I was trying not to have too much like time on the mat. The third match was like really close. He was like so aggressive. He kept pulling on my collar and it's like my neck was just like feeling it nonstop. It was so painful. And then the fourth fight, I hit a triangle in like a minute. And then the next fight, beat him by 2 points, I think. And then I had the finals. To finally like podium, I was like, it felt like a relief almost, finally, like it happened.
Was Professor Andre coaching you the whole time?
Yeah, he was coaching me.
Was he surprised?
Yeah, I think he was pretty surprised. It was probably like one of the biggest achievements in jiu-jitsu for me. When I first started doing jiu-jitsu, I didn't realize how important your mindset was. You don't need to think so much about the outcome of winning, but I think you do need a sense of like wanting that outcome. But it's just like managing how much you think about it. And if I feel like I fight my hardest and I do my best, I always walk away like happy, even if the result's not great. More focusing on how much effort you're putting in rather than what actually happens, because you can't control what happens. I'm basically just trying to beat myself.
There he is.
So congrats, dude.
Thanks, bro. You ready? Get it. 7.5
in 24 hours.
in 24 hours?
Yeah.
How you feeling right now?
I feel like I put down like 4 beers with the boys, honestly.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel good, honestly. Just got to see what I am. Damn, 167.2.
Alright, you got some weight, yeah.
Is the real scale the same as the test
So
scale?
yesterday the real scale was like 0.4 under. 153.6, and I was 154 on the test scale.
Under.
Yeah.
So easier to make on that one.
Yeah, but I wouldn't bank on that necessarily, but like
One more
pretty much
chug.
everybody. Well, don't sabotage.
You'll go. All right, no more water.
All right.
Just let me know when you. Okay, and then I'll help you. I really like just like stretching to feel better, you know, like 20 minutes straight. Really, I usually just like to like jog around a little. I don't know. That feels better to me.
Bom dia. I think she's into you, bro.
Dude, she's looking at you.
Daddy long legs over here. Daddy long legs. Oh, he recorded.
I've never been called that before.
I'll cut it out. I'll cut it out. All right, I'll leave it in.
Yeah, leave it in. Only like 5'11", dude. My inner's at 6 feet, but.
Yeah, you were saying a second ago, like, what's your goal? How are you going into it?
Yeah, probably. Like we talked on the podcast, probably more focused on just my performance than the result. I feel like whenever I do that, I compete better. So more focused on just giving my best, whatever that is, and focusing less on the opponent and more on what my game is and trying to get straight to it. So if I do that, I'll have more fun and compete better. Hopefully, unless if I fight a guy that, like you, that ankle locks everyone. No. My foot's off. But yeah.
It was now almost time for the tournament to start, but first Jared was going to get in some light movement with a couple teammates. Before heading over to the bullpen, Jared stopped by the stands to greet some of his family.
What's up, babe? Can you hold that? What's up, baby? What's happening?
You tell me what you want me to give you. It's the best I've ever seen you ready to go.
And now, it was just a few minutes before the official start of the tournament at about 9:30 in the morning. which meant it was time to go check his weight on the test scale, maybe hydrate a little more,
I can drink. How did I lose weight?
and then hopefully make weight on the official scale and compete in his first of 6 matches to get gold.
0.6.
Yeah.
Should we test it? One more?
One more.
Should we do it? Or is that a bad idea, you think? Perfect. 0.4 is fair.
Are we holding right there?
Yeah, we'll hold it right there. One more? Nah.
The points we now begin.
Thankfully, Jared won the first real fight, making weight. And now it was time to go up against his first human opponent. Jared had won his first match by submission, initiated from his favorite attacking position he developed over a couple years in competition. And after a short break, it was time for match number 2. Would he be able to pull it off again? Of course he would. Jared won his second of 6 matches with the same strategy. Jared would still need to win 2 more matches to even get to the semifinals, guaranteeing him at least a 3rd place medal. But he was gunning for first, which meant he still needed to win 4 more matches. He would need to play this next one smart. Anything can happen in tournaments. Random injuries, mistakes in tactics and strategy, the list goes on. Jared's first advantage was actually removed from the scoreboard, and the opponent was given the advantage for coming up on the double guard pole.
Step on the mat, step on the mat, man. Hey, keep his foot off the mat. There we go. Hey, grab that knee. Let's go. Let go. Get it.
Jared went for his armbar again, but this time he wasn't able to secure the finish. He did score 2 points, but now he was in quite the odd position. Sometimes the game is all about who can score and keep the score, while simultaneously preventing the opponent from doing the same. It takes not only skill in jiu-jitsu, but also a high awareness of the scoreboard, time remaining, and understanding your opponent. But at the same time, you can't just stall the whole match, otherwise you risk a penalty. So sometimes you have to play a delicate balancing act, both literally and figuratively.
Bring it back, Jack. Bring it back, Jack. Don't let him escape. Open your legs. Keep your elbows tight. Hey. Let me go. Let me go. Let's work. Aim across to the left. Grab the bill.
It was the final seconds of the match, and Jared's opponent only needed to finish this sweep in order to win. Because although Jared was up by 2 points, he also had a penalty working against him. Everything hung on Jared's ability to keep his balance. He did it. It wasn't the flashiest victory, but it definitely got the job done. Jared was on to the quarterfinals. Jared's next match was against a guy he just faced recently at Pans, scraping by with a 2-0 victory. Facing the same opponent twice in 2 competitions has its benefits. You know what they feel like and what they might do, but what's your advantage is also theirs. They also know you. Jared got the early advantage for technically getting top position off the double guard pole. Would this be just like the previous match, a chess game of advantages? Jared had to play a smart game again. He had to keep ahead on the scoreboard while also trying to pass in order to avoid any kind of penalty. In a way, the early score put additional pressure on him to be very strategic. His opponent was going to do everything in his power to reverse positions, because the last thing he probably wanted to do is lose by a single advantage. With the seconds ticking down, Jared simply had to maintain top position while fending off the sweep, and he would be on to the semifinals.
You'll be world champion, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking world champion, dude. Let's go.
So happy, bro. So
yeah.
Happy. You kicked me in the ribs. So happy. You need anything? I don't think so. I just fucking hurts.
I've got chills right now. Jared's in the semifinals. He just barely scraped by on that last one. He's here right behind me. I think he's gonna win it. I'm calling it right now. He's gonna win it. Jared's gonna be world champ. Jared was already guaranteed a spot on the podium by this point, but this was no time to be complacent. As the competitors whittled down, only the best were left to beat. Jared had already fought through 4 matches and still had 2 left to get gold. The ref stopped the match. It looked like Jared had pulled without making a grip, which would give him a penalty. We nervously awaited the refs at the video playback table to confirm whether Jared could be stuck with a potentially big disadvantage at the very beginning of the match. But luckily the ref was wrong and they could continue with no penalty. It didn't matter though, because suddenly Jared's opponent was now up an advantage off the double guard pole, the same tactic that helped Jared win the previous match. Jared got the sweep to get ahead 2 points as the crowd nervously watched on. But then his opponent immediately came back with a sweep of his own, getting him ahead again on the scoreboard by a single advantage. But Jared wasn't going to let this stand in the way of him getting to the finals. Jared simply had to maintain this 2-point lead for the next 90 seconds. If he let his opponent pass, he'd lose by a single point. He had to do everything in his power to keep him at bay. And he was successful.
Man, I felt like I was so close. Like I just kept getting second or third, and it was such small things that was stopping me from winning. A lot of times it was that I felt kind of complacent, like, oh, I already got second, I'm so tired. And it's not like you're letting yourself lose, but you don't have like that same like grit or like I need to win, like I'm going to win mindset. And I think once I started to have more success, then your mindset changes to, I don't want second place, I want first place. So you're willing to like go through more uncomfort to win and push yourself harder.
Right.
And you believe you should win. I'm just competing against myself. That's what I think before tournaments. I'm basically just trying to beat myself. So Can I put the max effort I have to fight to the very end? Can I be as present in the moment as possible? Can I try to get to my game as quick as possible?
Right.
It's just a competition against yourself.
Right.
That's how I see it.
You can win every competition if
Yes.
if you beat yourself, right? It's
Exactly.
like-
If you beat yourself, or if you lose, if you could honestly say, I gave my max effort, and did I fix my mistakes from the tournament? Then it's like, how can you be upset at yourself?
and you still won because your goal was
Yeah.
was a like an internal goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
World champ, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah, you got it.
Crazy. Thank you so much.
It's you, bro.
What the fuck is that?
It's you.
I'm gonna make it happen.
You are, yeah.
Actually, I'm just gonna beat myself, but hopefully that means I win the whole thing.
Jared's family waited in the stands as he rested in the bullpen, waiting for his 6th and final match of the day at the 2024 IBJJF World Championship.
How are you feeling for Jared's final?
Excited, proud, a little bit nervous. I'll probably bite my nephew's shoulder, which I've been doing the whole time.
Yeah.
But so proud, and I think we're just gonna have a great time.
Jared's gonna do amazing.
I know. He already has. So proud. Yay!
This is not a story of victory in the traditional sense. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius gave us this great reminder to be grateful of the moments that we have, and to remember why we're doing this all in the first place. Congrats, Jared.